Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today I will be sharing my long-awaited July book wrap-up. So my July book wrap-up is a little bit late this time, but better late than never. So yeah, I will be sharing all the books that I read in the month of July. I won't be talking about the books that I've already talked about on my channel in other videos, so you can look at the other videos if you want to see different books that I've already read this month, but I'm not going to be re-talking about them. So I thought for once it would be kind of cool to see the different categories of the books that I read during the month. So I don't know if I'll be doing this always in the future, but I thought it would be cool to try and see. Let me know if you like it. Leave a comment below if you want to tell me if you like hearing the different categories or if not. So I read 11 middle grade books, 7 Christian romance, 4 young adult, 3 graphic novels, 3 comics, 1 Christian romantic suspense, 1 manga, 1 nonfiction, and 1 secular fiction. So that is the breakdown of the different categories of the books that I've read. So now I will talk about the books that I either listen to or I don't have a physical copy for. I usually start with those books first. So I read The Fiddler by Beverly Lewis, and this book I gave 3 stars. Some of her books just aren't kind of for me. I find they're a bit slow, but this one I kind of didn't enjoy that much. It was kind of average for me, so that's why I gave it 3 stars. In this one, we follow a fiddler who somehow ends up in an Amish community, and she meets this Amish man that she develops feelings for, and there's the classic one is Amish, one is not, and that struggle. I don't know, maybe it was because of that I didn't like it so much, but it just kind of wasn't that interesting for me. I also read Bread of Angels by Tessa Afshar, and I gave this book 4 stars. So I did overall quite enjoy it. I did find it a little boring at times as well. But yeah, in this one we follow a yarn dyer and her business that she is trying to keep up, and then she meets this man. And there's a romance that happens there. I honestly don't remember much that happened in this book, and I didn't even know she was like a biblical character until one of my subscribers was like, oh yeah, it's from this passage of the Bible. So yeah, that was cool, but I don't really remember much of the story, but overall it was pretty good. So look it up if you want to know more about it. I will definitely be trying other ones of her books, but this one was 4 stars for me, which is pretty good. And then I read Karen's Birthday, the graphic novel by Anne M. Martin, and I gave this book 5 stars. I really loved it. I really love this series. So not much to say about it. It was her birthday. She wanted her entire family to be there. So if you don't know, her parents are divorced, so she wanted her mom's part of the family and her dad's part of the family. They both remarried, and she wanted everybody to come together for her birthday, but that wasn't happening. I feel like the only criticism that I have for this book was I felt like the adults really were harsh with her for just wanting both sides of her family to come together for one day on her birthday. Like, I feel like it shouldn't have been looked at like she's selfish for wanting both step parents to be there with her actual parents. So yeah, I just kind of didn't like that, but overall I still really enjoyed the book. And then I read The Pursuit by Lori Wick, and I gave this book 3 stars, so it was kind of average once again for me. Don't really remember much of it, and that tends to happen more when a book is not amazing, in my opinion. But there's this man and woman who meet on a boat, and she is actually like the daughter of the worker, like the the main character is working with her father, and this daughter that is the potential love interest, she's in disguise, so she's actually dressed up as a man, and they kind of begin like working together or taking care of each other, like in a business capacity, and then he finds out her secret. So yeah, that was pretty good, but just kind of average, I guess. I felt like the storyline was great, like the plot, but then kind of fizzled out after the beginning, like once he found out who she was. So yeah, 3 stars for that one. Then I read The Meeting Place by Jeanette Oak. I gave this one 5 stars. I really did enjoy this one. It is in her Acadia series, which I didn't actually know what Acadia was. And I'm Canadian. I probably should have known that, considering I asked like other people around me if they knew what it was, and they did, but I didn't. So it is like historical, but yeah, I really enjoyed this start of her series. And in this one we follow 2 couples. One is an English couple and one is a French couple, that are like, I guess you could say, like on the border of the English side and the French side before like the war strikes, I guess you could say. Yeah, so they meet each other and they become friends, which is like really forbidden at the time, because it was, yeah, like I said, just before the war or the fighting. I don't know if it was considered a war, but like before the fighting broke out. So yeah, it was frowned upon, but they had this friendship and they started doing like Bible studies together. So we follow both sides of the couples, the 2 couples and their romance, and something happens, I believe near the end, so I won't spoil it, but some action happens as well. And yeah, I just really liked this book a lot. I did also continue the series, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then I read Brain and Energy by Christopher M. Palmer, and I gave this book 5 stars. This is a secular nonfiction about like anxiety and depression and like mental illnesses, and how yeah, it's pretty scientific, but how the chemistry in your brain can be changed by different factors, like health factors like exercise or sleeping or nutrition or inflammation. Things like that can really change the way our brain works, and like not taking care of these areas really can lead to these mental illnesses, or aggravate them, I guess. So I found that very interesting, and I really did enjoy this book. It was a little bit scientific at some parts, but if you could get through that, the content is really great, and I really feel like there's a lot of stuff in there that you can implement. So yeah, I would highly recommend that one. And then I read Karen's Haircut, and I also gave this one 5 stars. So yeah, I love this series. In this one, she gets a haircut. It's not how she wants it, and she's really embarrassed. So she's dealing with like just trying to fit in, I guess, after that. It was really cute. I really did enjoy it. Yeah, not much to say. And then the last one that I don't have a physical copy for is Princess in Black Science Fair Scare by Shannon Hale, and I'm giving this one 5 stars as well. It's a really cute like chapter book series, I guess you would call it chapter books. Yeah, there's this princess who becomes a superhero and she fights crimes, and it's like cute and funny. I just really love this series. So yeah, those are the books I don't have physical copies for. So now moving on to the ones I do have physical copies. I read Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew, number 7, The Circus Scare by Caroline Keene. I'm giving this one 3 stars. It was a lower rating than the ones I usually give. I usually give a higher rating for Nancy Drew books, but this one, it was just kind of mediocre. I feel like a lot of these books, it tells you in the title like what the plot is going to be about. They go to a circus and there's a mystery they need to solve, but yeah, it was just kind of mediocre for that one. I also read Unicorn Magic: The Hidden Treasure by Jessica Burkhart, and also giving this one 3 stars. It was okay, it was kind of average. I was hoping I'd really like the series because it's like a cute premise, but yeah, it wasn't the best for me. Princess, unicorns. I feel like I don't have much to say about these books, but hopefully I'll have more to say about the ones that I'm giving higher ratings to. So at least I only had 2 physical copies for 3 stars this month. That's pretty good. Moving on to 4 stars. I read Finding Tinkerbell to the Forgotten Castle. This one was pretty good. It is book 5. I'm not reading them in order. I'm not sure if you're really supposed to, but I'm not, and I could still follow along, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, this series, we follow this group of 4 girls, and they go to Neverland, and they are trying to find Tinkerbell because she goes missing, I guess, in the first book. So yeah, they were just on an adventure to try and find her. And in this one, there's like some magic, I guess you could say, going on with shadows, and it was pretty cool. I did enjoy that one. So then I read book 2 in the Acadia series that I was telling you about. So this is The Sacred Shore. Oh, it's actually by Jeanette Oak and T. Davis Bunn. So it's the same for the first one that I was talking about. This is book 2. So it is a continuation of the series. It follows the same characters. So the basically the main event that happens either in the middle of the first book or the end of the first book that I don't want to spoil for you guys, it basically continues, and this is like the basically that continues into this book, so I won't spoil that for you, but I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed that one. Then I read The Hardy Boys Undercover Brothers, Blown Away. This I think is the first one in this series that I'm giving 4 stars. Normally I give them all 5 stars. This one, it had a lot of action, but I don't know, it kind of lost me a bit with all the car talk. So it's like the boys go undercover at this like antique car show. There's like a bomb that they need to find and defuse and all that. So that part was really great, but just kind of all the car talk kind of brought it down a little bit in my opinion. Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew, number 18, Earth Day Escapade by Carolyn Keene. This one I quite enjoyed, more so than the other one. It was really cute. The girls are at school and they're gonna have a parade for Earth Day. And they just come up with like all these really cool ways to like reuse like recycled items and make it into like a beautiful float. And then there is a mystery that takes place, so with some sabotage. That's always fun. I did enjoy that one. I also read Thea Stilton and the Tropical Treasure, 4 stars. This one was a better one in my opinion. I usually give, I think, 3 stars, so I did enjoy this one a bit more. The girls go to the Bahamas and they are trying to find treasure. So yeah, cute tale of friendship. I like that it is like a location that they went to. Usually I think their books are, so I definitely like that we get to travel with them. So that was cool. I also read Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew, number 40, Butterfly Blues by Carolyn Keene. So I did read quite a few Babysitter Club books this, not Babysitter Clubs, oh my goodness, Nancy Drew books this past month, because we're in August now. But yeah, in this one, I forget what it's about. There's, oh yes, there's a butterfly. They go to Yeah, honestly, I don't remember. They go to some butterfly place, right? And it goes missing, so they have to find out who has stolen the special blue butterfly. It was pretty cute. I did enjoy it. Another Nancy Drew, another Nancy Drew book. I think I'm showing you pretty much all the different, well, no, there's a lot of different types, but I'm showing you quite a few of the different types. The Nancy Drew notebooks, 66, Zoo Clue. So yeah, this is another one. The girls go to the zoo, and then they have to find who is, I believe, letting the monkey escape or something like that. Some animal escapes and they need to figure it out. So cute again. I really do enjoy these middle grade mysteries. So Hardy Boys Clue Book 14, The Bad Lux Gate by Franklin W. Dixon. So yeah, I had to read this one because like hockey and I'm from Quebec. So yeah, it was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. There, yeah, somebody pours paint on like their lucky skate or something like that before a competition, and they need to try and figure it out. So I thought it was a good book and a good mystery to try and solve. I read The Babysitter's Club Super Special number 5, California Girls by Anne M. Martin. I quite enjoyed this one as well. I was kind of a little disappointed that I didn't give it 5 stars. I thought it would have been a 5-star read for me, but it was 4 stars, which is good. I did enjoy it. The girls all go to California to hang out with Dawn, who lives there. And yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Kitten Magic Picture Perfect by Sue Bentley. So I'm giving this book 4 stars. It is book 13 in the series, but you don't need to read them in order. They're individual stories. So there's a cat. I feel like I'm always explaining this, but there's a cat that leaves his magical world and comes to the human world, and he always helps a girl out and then goes back to his world. So yeah. This one is about the cat, and he meets a girl, and there's like a photo competition going on, and yeah, I highly enjoy this series. I think this is one of the ones that I've given 4 stars. Like most of them I give 5 stars. I really usually enjoy that series a lot. And the last one for my 4 stars is Princess in the Spotlight by Meg Cabot. So yeah, this is book did I say which book number it is? No, I think it's book 3. Let me see. No, it's actually just book 2, sorry. It doesn't say on the side, but it says on the back. So it is book 2, so it does follow the series. So I can't really share what's going on in this one, but the premise of the series is Mia is a girl in high school, and she finds out she's a princess. So just her life dealing with that, and she has a best friend that features a lot in the series, and her best friend's brother, who she has a crush on, that he might have a crush on her. So there's all that potential love interest there. I really love the series. I would totally give them 5 stars always, at least so far. It is a reread for me, but I cannot get over the amount of taking the Lord's name in vain in these books. Like, it is like, I guess, a young YA, but like honestly it's way too much, especially if you consider like oh my as a use of the Lord's name in vain, then it's like ridiculously a lot. So I couldn't give it a 5-star for that. I do really want to continue the series because it really is good. And so far it's like not stronger uses of the Lord's name in vain, if that makes any sense. So it's like really annoying for me. I really don't like it, but I feel like I can maybe just overlook it for this series. But we will see. I might have to stop reading them if they get any worse, because it's pretty bad. But yeah, so moving on to 5-star reads. Did I read more than one Archie comic? Yeah, I read 2 Archie comics. I read B&V Friends Double Digest. I always give my Archie comics 5 stars. And Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics. So yeah, just really enjoy them. Usually give them, I think I've always given them 5 stars on my channel because I really enjoy reading them. I do have a huge collection, so if you want to see that, you can look at my bookshelf tour, because I do show a good portion of the ones that I own there. And 3 more books. I read Croc. There's no escape from, no, okay, I don't know, I think it's just called Croc. I don't know, I forget what it's called. I guess it's just called Croc. It is basically a comic book that I got in a bag of other comics that I wanted. So like, I think it was like a bag of Archie comics, and this one just came like extra, either that or was peanuts. So I didn't buy the bag for this, but it just came extra. And I'm like pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. 5 stars. It was really funny. It is very like war-ish, like centered or whatever. But yeah, it was funny. So I definitely enjoyed reading it. Would I buy it by itself? Probably not. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. The Babysitter's Club, Jessie's Secret Language by Anne M. Martin, the graphic novel. I really loved this one. I'm really loving this series as well. So the original Babysitter Club book and the little sister of the graphic novels, I've really been enjoying them. So in this one, Jessie goes to babysit for a new family, and she finds out that the boy only communicates in sign language, so she needs to learn sign language so she can better understand him and communicate. So I thought it was really well done. Really just love that series so far. And the last book that I have to talk about is Magic Kitten, A Splash of Forever by Sue Bentley. And this one I'm giving 5 stars. I really did enjoy this one, like I usually do with this series. So yeah, basically the same premise as I said before, but in this one, the girl that he is helping has like a fear of swimming, so he helps her with that. And yeah, those are all the books that I read in the month of July. Pretty soon you'll be getting the one for August, but hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to this, and let me know if you've read any of these books, and I will see you soon in my next video. Thanks, bye.